We have all seen these posters that say "Got Milk" written on them. These posters were plastered all over our elementary schools, our middle schools, even our high schools. These posters that use Superman to popular pop idols to actors from our favorite movies, all to advertise the necessity of drinking our milk. With the most recent diet trends, milk has been under fire with bloggers and with online nutritionists saying that it's so processed today that all of the nutrients are taken out, and that milk is bad for you health-wise. Today, I would like to focus on common misconceptions about milk and prove why it is healthy for those who can drink it, and why the Got Milk posters had it right in the first place. I know that there are certain populations around the world that have trouble digesting milk and have to find other sources of nutrients, but I'm specifically focusing on those who can drink milk without digestive problems. In being in a highly LDS population at BYU, we can attest that taking care of our bodies is a responsibility that God has given us. And we all know from studying the Word of Wisdom that what we put into our bodies determines our physical health. From knowing this, I grew to love nutrition and healthy eating. I found a love for studying nutrient metabolism and was studying dietetics before switching to health and wellness with a minor in nutrition. This is where I first started to come in contact with different fad diets and nutritional choices, such as drinking almond or soy milk instead of cow's milk. I grew up in a home of 5 kids, where we went through several gallons of milk every month, if not every week. So I didn't understand why anyone would choose different kinds of milk. But after a large amount of research, I can see where these people are coming from. But I still see that milk is necessary to drink in our everyday lives if our digestive systems can handle it. One argument against cow's milk has said that instead of strengthening bones, milk weakens them. A Harvard nurses study of more than 77,000 women ages 34 to 59 found that those who consumed 2 or more glasses of milk per day had higher risks of broken hips and arms than those who drank 1 glass or less per day. This would cause many to think that milk weakens bones instead of strengthening them. But what this study fails to mention is that the time when milk is most important in strengthening bones is up until you reach around age 25. Around this age, you reach your peak bone density, which can determine later onset of osteoporosis and weak bones. And a higher bone density is reached by getting adequate amounts of calcium, such as drinking milk, and doing weight-bearing exercise, among other things. Studies that followed people along younger age frames saw that higher calcium intake was associated with greater bone density, and this includes the calcium obtained from milk and dairy products. Another argument made against milk is that it loses many of its essential nutrients from being so processed, and instead should be raw and unprocessed, or not used at all. Yes, there are processed foods in our lives that we need to avoid, such as hydrogenated oils. But in milk's case, processing makes milk more healthy to drink. According to CDC data, raw milk is responsible for 71% of the cases where people are getting sick from drinking milk. And why would that be? In my microbiology class, we found that in raw milk, there is an extremely large amount of bacteria and viruses that live in raw milk, such as Listeria, E. coli, and Salmonella, along with fecal particles and a wide variety of other things, as you can see in this visual. The processing of milk makes it possible for us to drink it, to have lower fat and cholesterol, and without all of the bacterial infestation that can be found in raw milk. With this pasteurization process, yes, some of the nutrients are lost, but Healthline Media found that milk, even processed milk, is considered a whole food and provides 18 out of 22 essential nutrients. It contains more calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, zinc, and protein per calorie than any other food in a typical diet. Milk is naturally packed with essential nutrients that are convenient and accessible for our bodies to use. Drinking milk is particularly important for children to build their bone density and for all of us to keep up with our calcium and nutrient needs. The National Dairy Council stated the following in its fact sheet for milk's unique nutrient package. Milk contains 9 essential nutrients, making it one of the most nutrient-rich beverages you can enjoy. Just one 8-ounce serving of milk can put you well on the way of meeting the daily value that you need for calcium, riboflavin, and other key nutrients that are essential to life. So for those of us who can drink milk, I say that milk is healthy and very beneficial to consume for every man, woman, and child. So I say to us all, got milk?